Attend SMX to get up to speed on digital marketing. Visit searchmarketingexpo.com.
Well, I just got back from SMX where I spoke about content marketing strategies and also how to get ahead on Google+. So if you'd like to jump ahead to the video marketing strategy portion of this video, just click on this annotation. Or if you'd like to see our case studies that we've generated over the last 12 months, click on the annotation right here. When we start a campaign, what we're looking for is to try to think about, well, what Google's objective is. As a primary place to start, what is Google's goal? And that goal is to provide the most relevant search results for each individual user that uses its search engine. You know, throughout my career, and maybe yours also, it's really a skill, right, to get your client's content to the top of Google, but does that fulfill Google's primary objective, right? To provide the most relevant search results to each individual user. You know, I come from a big family, and over the years, I started to notice that one of my favorite things is to watch people mature and grow, to watch them evolve and perfect their craft, to provide a higher quality of representation of themselves. And really, we're seeing the same thing with Google right now. As they're evolving, all of their search results are coming back to, well, coming back to you. So Google developed Google+, and that's its crystal ball. That crystal ball allows Google to look inside of the user experience and to do something it's never really had before, which is to provide Google with its algorithm something really organic. Authentic user data designed specifically to prioritize search results. Some of those engagement metrics that it looks at are things that can't be manipulated. So it's providing a tool to Google that's so valuable, but if you miss the boat now and you don't get on this Google Plus ship before it sails, you'll miss the opportunity to claim your digital territory in that space. And that's why over the last couple of years, the tide has really turned towards content marketing. And there are certain indicators that Google's looking for. I call them the definitive indicators of relevance. So time on page, high authority links, +1, shares, follows, or circles, and also ranking the average time that you watch videos, all super relevant. You can't fool those. And in the eyes of Google Plus and Google, those are definitive indicators of your relevance. So at Wirebuzz, we regularly want to supply content, so produce content that our target audience is demanding. And we look at Google as being, well, Google's like eHarmony. It's like eHarmony that makes a love connection between your content and your customers. And when you use that perspective, you're light years ahead of competitors. So let me tell you why video rocks and why it's essential. Video gets the best search results. Video is 53 times more likely to show up on that first page of Google search than any other type of content. Sites regularly posting new video, they get 200 to 300 more monthly unique visitors than sites that don't. Video doubles the average time on page. We see it time and again with our client projects, and that's why it's essential. It's also, you know, it's the king of content. And unlike any other type of content, you can, with video, repurpose it into all the others. Plus, video is an automated relationship tool. Let me give you an example. Do you know who she is? You do, right? It's Oprah Winfrey. Would you do business with her? You probably would, right? I know I would if somebody came to me. If Oprah said, hey, let's do business, Todd, I'd be like, all right. Do you trust her? You trust her. All right, now you trust her, but have you ever met her? You haven't met her. Well, how do you know that you can trust her if you haven't met her before? The answer is video. Okay, you got it. So the key here is video develops relationships. And so we constantly tell our clients, demonstrate your relevance, stay calm, and create very compelling video content. Traditionally, here's how we've made content. On location, where we brought our crew into our clients' offices, remotely through HD webcams, and also through Google Plus Hangouts. So with the advent and development of Google Plus and their broadcast network Hangouts, we've really created an opportunity where our audience can be brought into the content creation process. Super authentic, it's immediate, it's engaging, it's exactly what people crave in a social environment. And then from there, we repurpose the content. Now I'm going to show you that strategy. So here's how we got ahead with Google+. We developed a site called Breast Cancer Answers. It's a breast cancer awareness campaign. And in 1 year, we generated 6.3 million video views to our content. Now, not all of that happened on Google+. Maybe a quarter of it did. But that's still an extremely large number, and I'm going to show you how we did that. We created for Breast Cancer Awareness Month each week another hangout on air that we broadcasted to our audience on Google Plus and then repurposed it across multiple platforms. And each week we taught our audience something very specific that they were demanding. And then with those events, we noticed we got amazing results, 600,000 video views of the content. Now this is exactly how we did it. The first thing we did is we built an editorial calendar. And here's our editorial calendar that we're using. And then we partnered with giants of industry. Now notice how we're partnering with organizations like Susan G. Komen for the Cure, or the American Cancer Society, or the United Nations World Health Organization. Now the reason we do that is because it's highly strategic. There's advantages to these partnerships. They increase your prestige, they market you to your partner's audience, they give you a seat at the table, just like I did when I went to SMX and spoke in New York and did a hangout on air with some of the biggest names in digital marketing. It gave me an opportunity to market to their audience and them to market to my audience. And in many cases, we link to each other. And links still matter. Let me explain why. Google still thinks like high school. So with every search, when people get onto Google, people are typing in what they're looking for, but Google's asking itself in its high school mentality, it's saying, who's the coolest kid on this playground, right? And with each search, it's looking for .edu and .gov and really, really big powerhouse .orgs. And that's kind of the hierarchy. So when you're doing your campaigns, you need to recognize that your hangouts on air need to be partnered with those biggest kids on campus. Now, here's what we did. We recognized that our live audience will be significantly smaller than our on-demand post-event viewing audience. So the big takeaway is you have to be really strategic in how you repurpose this content. Now, when I went to Google and I said we're going to be doing these live on-air events, and our first one's going to teach women how to perform their own breast self-exam, and we were originally going to have a model come demo, Google wasn't that cool about it. We had to go to a fallback plan. So we wanted to get an NFL player or a Major League Baseball player or a basketball player come in and be the demonstration model, but that didn't work out. So we went with the plastic boob, which is still probably the most awkward moment in Hangout on-air history, but very effective, and let me show you why. When you do a live event, you're only going to get a small amount of people, and I'll show you my case study, that are actually going to watch it, and people only watch about 3.5 minutes of video. So what do you do with the rest of that hour? Well, if you look at it like we do, where it's your opportunity to create content and bring your audience in, then you repurpose the video and you cut it up, and you'll notice that there are chunks of little 3-minute periods inside of that hangout on air that'll be really valuable if you cut it up and repurpose it. So here's how we did it. Step 1, we went to Quizoo.com and we downloaded this app that allows you to download off of YouTube. So you just select your browser and then it'll download it right into your browser. And the next time you go to your Hangout on Air inside of your YouTube channel, it prompts you right there to download the video. Then in step 3, your goal is to cut up the most relevant search-based videos that you can get out of that Hangout on Air, and then optimize them. And you'll find from a 1-hour Hangout, you'll get about 15 to 18 video clips from there. So what you need to do is you need to put your branding all over it. You need to create an open, a question, page, and also a call to action, and then you put your video right there in the center. Now notice we did an interview with the CDC. The CDC, that's the Center for Disease Controls and Prevention, .gov. That's the coolest kids on campus. You won't find anybody cooler than them. So you give them back your content, but first you upload it into your YouTube channel, and then you post your new video clips onto your website. From there, you then take that link and add it into your Google Plus page, and also you hashtag accordingly. So if your niche is breast cancer, then you need to be hashtagging breast cancer or women's health, anything that'll tap you into a larger audience. So the case study impact is we got 616,000 video views from those 5 events because we repurposed it properly. And it didn't suck when Google sent out a newsletter that featured breast cancer answers in Awareness Month. That was a really nice coup for us. But it's all because we demonstrated our street cred, partnered with the biggest organizations, got our name out there, and used the platform very, very well. But then one of our sponsors, Oncotype DX, approached us and said, well, what if we sent you to the largest breast cancer event of the year, really the Super Bowl of all breast cancer events? And what would you guys do? So here's what we did. We put together a live broadcast where the biggest names in breast cancer, when they came off of the podium, they sat down with us and they shared their information. We broadcasted it out, and I was crushed when we got, after 3 days and 9 hours of live broadcast, we only got 4,500 views. And I got into the car with Dr. Harness, who's right here on this image, and I said to him on our way back to the airport on the last day, I said, I think we totally failed. And he said, are you kidding me? Think about the way we repurposed this. And I forgot. We had a whole repurposing strategy that was built into this. So you need to know about it. Here's our interview schedule for one day when we were at this conference. And in this one day, you can see all the people that we interviewed on the left side, but on the right, these are all the questions we asked. And those questions became their own standalone video clip. And then we gave each medical center that we did an interview with, their marketing and PR teams, they got video clips back of their experts talking about each individual question. So the case study that we got, here's the video search results. You'll see that if you type in the conference and interview, it's all us. Or if you type in our sponsor in the conference and the date, the year, it's all us. Maybe the conference and the test that our client sent us there for. And then what if you looked at Edith Perez, who's the big rock star of cancer at the Mayo Clinic? You'll notice that many of the results, I think it's 5 of them on the first page of Google, are content we captured from her from that event. But what if instead of her name, you typed in the Mayo Clinic? Again, a lot of it is us. That's how well this content is performing inside of Google search. So the big takeaway from this case study, from the live on location broadcast using Google Plus is, look, we got 4,500 live views, and I almost jumped off the roof of the house because I was so bent out of shape that we only got 4,500 views. But after we repurposed that content, we end up generating 163,000 video views, which is remarkable considering I was just about to off myself a month before. And shortly after we returned back from that conference, Google selected breast cancer answers as a recommended cause that every new person who signs up at Google Plus gets to follow. Well, then World Cancer Day came, and we decided we were going to host a hangout on air and invite the largest names in cancer. Remember, the coolest kids on campus. So they came and were a part of our live broadcast. We borrowed credibility and audience. We gave them back video content, and this is relatively new. So I don't have a case study to tell you what the results are yet. But what you should know is the organizations, many of them posted our live video feed that you can get right out of Google Plus from your Hangout on Air. And they posted on their website, which introduced us and our campaign to their audience. And you can see right here that this works for even Wirebuzz's projects. You should be doing the same thing. Now, the big takeaway here is you can't let your business be irrelevant. The true cost of remaining anonymous might be irrelevance. By not being inside Google's crystal ball, by not claiming your digital territory early, during these early days of Wild West period, you're going to remain anonymous. And when you remain anonymous, you ultimately, well, remain irrelevant. And that's exactly how you can get ahead on Google Plus and why we are a strategic video creation and content marketing agency.
Attend SMX to get up to speed on digital marketing. Visit searchmarketingexpo.com.